Oh, okay, Facebookers. My camera's still above the computer. I haven't been here for a while, but not that I'm lazy. It just I've had other things to do. And so, how are you doing this Saturday? This rainy Saturday? Although it didn't rain here until it just started about maybe half hour ago, but it's coming down now. Need a haircut again. Oh well, at least I got hair. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that don't have hair. I'm not going to say who's there. Anyway, this Saturday it's been kind of a cold day. Well, yes and no. It wasn't warm. I don't think it hit 60 over here today, but it was still kind of cool. And we've had wind, light wind most of the day, but that wind is now picked up. I know I could hear it banging on everything out there. Um, and yeah, but we have winter, whether we want it or not. We have winter. Anyway, I tend to say anyway an awful lot because it's better than saying oh. Your choice. Um, Today's Saturday. It is the first. I don't. Is this the first Saturday of January? I believe it is. I didn't look at my calendar, but I think Saturday started last Sunday. I mean, January started last Sunday. Yeah. So this is the first Saturday of the year, and started like rain. Oh well, we need they say we needed the rain, but we're kind of all caught up. I think we're at about 200%. But when they say 200%, is it's 200% for this time of year. Um, Now, it doesn't it mean that if it stops raining now that we're going to be fine. We don't know that. I think the reservoir, San Luis Reservoir, which is our biggest reservoir around here, is probably maybe not even half full. So it's going to take a while to fill that up. The reservoirs that we have close to us are overflowing. Nature of the beast. The river is overflowing. Nature of the beast. So um, anyway, a lot of that water helps, but a lot of that water just runs off. The ground is very saturated at this point. Um, but as for how far down the saturation is, I don't know. You'd have to talk to the walnut trees out there behind me. But the ground is pretty well saturated. But then, we've had a lot of rain. I think I'm going to say I don't know this for sure, but I want to say we've had so far about 10 inches of rain already this year. And for us, that's a lot of rain because typically for our season, it's only about 13 inches of rain, typically. Um, and but so we hopefully we'll do well this year. The orchard, I looked at it earlier today. I was walking around on the perimeter of the orchard. I'm not going to walk out there; it's muddy. But I was walking around the perimeter of the orchard, and I still haven't seen any trees that the wind has blown down. But I didn't go out. There's 20 acres of walnut trees there. I didn't go all the way to the back. I went as far as I could see, um, and I didn't see any trees down, nor did I really see any limbs down. So well, maybe we lucked out. I don't know. Time will tell. I know this with all this rain in here that the people that work the orchard are not going to be able to get into the orchard for probably at least a month. See, and then that means in February they're going to start pruning in the mud. Um, there are trees that have to be still replaced that they were pulled out, but they have no trees have been put in to replace what they pulled out from last year or from what died. Typically, on a given year, we'll lose maybe 30 to 40 trees, and they die for a variety of reasons. I mean, I don't know exactly why they die, but we lose 30 or 40 trees every year. Nature of the beast. Um, but they're all out there in a pile now. The guy that does the orchard, he's been out there working with it. Of course, he can't get out there now because rain. It's kind of soggy out there. Not kind of. It is very soggy out there. But enough about rain. Here in California, once again, I hate to say this, But yes, we needed the rain, especially here in Northern California. We have been very dry for about the past 5 years. Although we did get a lot of rain at the beginning of last year, but then that was it. After the middle of December last year, it stopped. No rain. This year, it started in I think the first part of November. It hasn't stopped. A lot of rain. Thank you, Mother Nature. Well, you have to say thank you to somebody, I guess. I was watching our cats. Anyway, for us, we just out here. It's always one day at a time. In part because of my heart surgery. Not that my heart surgery gives me any problems. I just don't want to push it. And I know Arnold Schwarzenegger had the same surgery I had, and they had to go back in the second time with him. And when they went back in the second time, they went in, opened his chest up, which is, I just assumed not have that happen, but hopefully it's fine. Because when he had his first heart surgery, I think it was only like a couple months later they had to go back in. Which I don't know why, but they did. Nature of the beast. With me, they went in through my left leg up through my whatever, and that's how they did the surgery. Once again, heart surgery it's done on a daily basis now with people. It's although I will say that just before I had my heart surgery, a second cousin had it and he died. Same age as me. I mean, I think we're maybe a year. He was a year older than me, but he played golf the day before he had his heart surgery. Had his heart surgery and didn't make it through the surgery. I don't know why. I wasn't there. This was over in Santa Cruz, and as you know, our family is. My dad was born in Santa Cruz. I was raised in Santa Cruz. Although I was born in San Francisco and quasi raised in San Francisco. I mean, when I say quasi, it's because when my parents had one of my sisters, Leslie, they didn't want me to be around, and so they had me go up and live with my grandmother, or grandfather and grandmother, and then a couple of times I had some problems, and I went back up to San Francisco, and I even went to school there at this school that was across the street from my grandparents' house, and I had a guy that I actually got to know him. His name was Jimmy Simpson. Nowadays it's OJ or whatever, but Jimmy Simpson. He and I went to school together. His dad lived at the top of the hill. He was a performer, I think, at oh God, I can't think of the name of the company. I can't think of the name where he was a female performer, and his mother lived out in Hunters Point, which was back then it was a tough area. Now it's even tougher. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Kitty's coming over to talk to me. Hi, Cody. Cody says, do you have anything for me to eat? Yep, well, you have food up there. He said, I want canned food. What part of canned food did you not understand? He's got dry food. So anyway, today being once again the first Saturday of the year, and it's raining. All we are doing is taking it one day at a time, getting through this, and they told me after my heart surgery to take it easy for a year. So I'm doing my best to do that. I'd love to be able to get out and walk all the way around the orchard, but Kitty's not gonna. Yeah, that's a while yet. Kitties are getting kind of. They get upset with each other. Hi, baby. Yeah. It's an orange kitty. Yeah. I have an orange and white kitty here, a black and white kitty, and she's deaf, and she's a grumpy kitty. Except with me, she's not grumpy. Are you, baby? She said no, especially if you give me a sardine. I don't have any sardines. We have some tuna. They like tuna. Anyway, see, I use that word an awful lot because it's not that I run out of things I want to start, you know, don't worry about it. So I probably should think about cutting this off because I don't really have a whole lot to say. I just want to get together with you and say hi and talk to you maybe tomorrow. So enjoy your Saturday, what's left of it, and be safe, very safe.